The previous lesson, we were able to understand the use of the footer element here. Now let's go and look into the address element that I specified here in our previous lesson. So as we've talked about, the address element will be indicating that the enclosed HTML content that is inside of the opening and closing tag of the address element will be providing contact information for a person or a group of people or for an organization. So it will be defining the contact information for the author or the owner of a document or an article. So the contact information can be an email address, URL, physical address, phone number, social media handle, and etc. Inside of the address element, it will be rendered in italic, and browsers will always add a line break before and after the address element. So as we can see here, that's what happened here. It was rendered as italic. If we try to go and look up the default value of the display of our footer element here, so you would see here that inside of that we have the address element, and if we go here, we can see that the default value for the address element will be display block, and font family, let's see here, we can see that the italic option here is turned on. So if I turn that off, you would see that, let's go here, let's go down here, you can actually turn that off from here. Just remember that although it renders text in italic or the same default styling as some formatting elements such as the I element or the EM element, so usually once we go and put this inside of the two elements here, these are formatting elements, and if we try to go to our document here and we try to refresh this, you would see that it will be showing us here two words that are italic. So if I try to go and italic I element here, and this is italic EM element here, so that we can distinguish the italic element text here for the I element and the italic text here for the EM element. So let me just go and place a line break using the BR element. This will be creating a line break. So instead of it being in a single line here, you would see through the use of the void element BR. It's a void element because technically it doesn't have any closing tag here. I just self-enclose it, so at least we can implement what we practice for our topic about void elements, the visual clues. It will be a lot easier for us to identify that it's actually a void element because it's a self-closing tag. And if we try to look at here now, the two texts here, we can now distinguish that we have two different elements with the same rendered effect by the browser. So we have an I element with an italic text and an EM element that also displays italic text. The main point here, everyone, even though they look like the same when it comes to styling, it is more appropriate to use the address element when you are dealing with contact information because it will be conveying additional semantic information to your document. So that means this is an italic text, but it's not an italic mainly because of aesthetics, and it's not an italic because we want to give it emphasis, but instead it's an italic because this content here will be read by the browser as an address for authorship information, navigation links, and other or navigation blocks or other contact information.